Slides.
How'd you do?
You didn't move.
Welcome to the first annual Ig Nobel Prize ceremony.
Slides.
The ceremony is brought to you by the Annals of Improbable Research, better known as AIR. The Harvard Computer Society, better known as the Harvard Computer Society. Tangents, the Harvard-Radcliffe Mathematical Bulletin, which wishes to be better known. We begin with the parade of the Nobel laureates and other dignitaries, led by Ig Nobel choreographer, the legendary Nicola Hawkins. Yay! As I introduce each delegation, please rise and shower them with self-esteem. And now the grand entrance parade, led by the exalted Grand Hypogandrum herself, Margaret Ann Gray. Oh, okay.
Member of Nobel laureates.
Hold on. We're ready for Margaret Ann Gray herself. Come on in, Margaret. Okay, we're being followed by our official Ig Nobel band from Tufts University. The Museum of Bad Art, because bad art is just as important as bad science. Many of you, these are all original pieces. Please don't touch the artwork. They are by This is our Swedish meatball dancing team. They came all the way over from Finland. Our own Tangents crew. Just ignore them, that's what they deserve. Come on in, faster, faster. They should be followed by doctors and lawyers and business people for and against. Health reform, tort reform, welfare reform, tax reform, court reform, school reform, and the Reformation.
My first birthday cake.
Now we have the Society for the Establishment of Efficient Bureaucracies. They're represented tonight by their president, 15 of their vice presidents, 27 associate presidents, and 116 assistant presidents. Now we have the AIR editors.
There's a ghost right now floating across the center of the. But he probably still has a television in his car.
If he, well, it's like that Volkswagen that Woody Allen found in Sleeper. It's just buried somewhere.
You see how intelligent they are by their antennae. Okay, next.
I sure hope.
I'm trying to figure out how to get you stopped. Perhaps I'll touch him.
Please hold your ears. May I introduce our master of ceremony, the editor of the Annals of Improbable Research, and airhead among airheads, Mark Abraham.
This is the moment we've been waiting for.
You're rocking and rolling now.
The nanosecond we've been waiting for.
I've got goosebumps.
We are gathered here tonight to honor people whose achievements cannot or should not be reproduced. We begin with the introduction of our dignitaries. First, our Nobel laureates. All of them serve with what some might call distinction on the editorial board of the Annals of Improbable Research, pardon the slip of the tongue. 1976 Nobel laureate in chemistry from Harvard, William Lipscomb. 1979 Nobel laureate in physics from Harvard, Sheldon Glashow. 1993 Nobel laureate in physiology or medicine from New England Biolabs, Richard Roberts. 1986 Nobel laureate in chemistry from Harvard University, Dudley Hirschbach.
Dudley's whole family is here tonight.
1990 Nobel laureate in physiology or
Dudley's whole
medicine from
family
Harvard,
is here tonight.
Joseph
Wow,
Murray.
yes.
A 1990 Nobel laureate in physics, Jerome Friedman, had planned to be with us, but as usual, as has happened each of the last 4 years, he was prevented from doing so. He appears now via the magic of technology, we hope.
I'm very pleased to be present at this very special occasion. It is an outstanding event. The results that are being recognized here are truly awesome. I hope all of you are enjoying this occasion as much as I am.
Balloon, I've got can someone on the floor grab that balloon?
I ask all of you assembled here to join me in a moment of science.
He's putting on the glove. He might be throwing confetti on the audience, like the
Looks like a
Harlem
dry ice
Globetrotters.
kind of thing.
Oh, you gave it away. You were right, Karen.
Beautiful. I'm sorry, I got so excited.
There is a baseball playoff game on television tonight. Will the Major Domo please turn on the King's television?
Go Red Sox.
Looks like an old set there.
You may be seated.
You mean good old black and white. I remember those.
And now, Lois Malone will deliver the traditional Ig Nobel Welcome, Welcome speech.
This usually brings down the house, so I'm excited.
It really does bring tears to your eyes. This is famous the world over.
There's a lump in my throat right now, and I think I really should have it taken care of.
Welcome. Welcome.
She deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award. She really does.
Your attention, please, for a musical interlude. Ladies and gentlemen, the cymbalic duet in F major with psychological undertones, performed by Sheldon Glashow and Deborah Henson-Conant.
Deborah is wearing horns, is that correct? And
She is a devil in a black silvery dress.
which complements Sheldon's, it appears to be a purple dress, actually.
I don't get the symbolism. I'm sorry. It must have been a metaphor or something.
Please. Enough is enough.
Sometimes it's even more than
The
enough.
editors of the Annals of Improbable Research have chosen a theme for this year's ceremony, and that theme is DNA. DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, the stuff of life and legend. We'll now have two very brief tributes to DNA.
Deoxyribo, whatever.
Will be given by the advocacy group Kids for DNA. Here is the spokesperson for Kids for DNA, Kate Eppers.
Hi, my name is Kate.
Well done.
Let me tell you why I like DNA. My favorite singer is Mariah Carey. You know who she is? She's really, really beautiful, and she's like a really good singer. I know that Mariah Carey depends on DNA. If it weren't for DNA, she wouldn't be Mariah Carey. She'd be a fish or something.
A fairly good-looking fish.
So that's why I think DNA is great. Thank you.
Our next tribute is an homage to DNA and Dr. Seuss. The Nobel laureates will read an original poem. It was composed by the footnoted poet Stanley Eigen and the Nobel laureates. The poem is entitled DNA and Green Eggs and Ham. But Dr. Seuss passed the hat recital.
I thought there should have been equal time for kids against DNA.
Probably true. We don't have to go by the fairness doctrine anymore, do we?
I'd like to know how Sam I Am cooked up all his green eggs and ham. I think he took the cytosine and changed it for some adenine.
I'd like to know how Sam I Am cooked up all his green eggs and ham. If he should change a guanine pair, then would my eggs be grown in hair?
I'd like to know how Sam I Am cooked up all his green eggs and ham. The yolk looks like a mutant strain. He changed its polypeptide chain.
I'd like to know how Sam I Am cooked up all his green eggs and ham. What will he do with uracil? I fear that it might make him ill.
I do not like that Sam I Am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Stop messing with the DNA, or I will call the FDA.
He likes to cook, this Sam I Am. He made for me a molde spam and served it with ravioli he grew himself from E. coli.
Nobel Prize in Physics. We now present a new musical composition on the theme of DNA. May I present Symmetra?
Today.
That's our tribute to DNA. This is the first part of it. And now for the main course, the awarding of the 1995 Ig Nobel Prizes. We're giving out 10 prizes.
Oh no, here comes that marching band again.
That's our tribute to DNA. And now for the main course, the awarding of the 1995 Ig Nobel Prizes. We're giving out 10 prizes. The winners come from 8 countries: Japan, Great Britain, Norway, Taiwan, Denmark, Singapore, the United States, and Los Angeles.
A place unto its own.
Several of the winners have been gracious enough to pay their own way out here. Presumably, they will find a way to get back home. This year's winners have truly earned their prizes, and we wish to return that. Lisa Mullins, please tell our winners what they've won.
This year's winners get an Internet Barbie for Girls lunchbox. Inside is a treasure trove of goodies: an Ig Nobel Prize, a New York City subway token from 1954, a home pregnancy test, a roll of duct tape, and a Stud Muffins of Science calendar autographed by Sheldon Glashow.
The Nutrition Prize. The 1995 Ig Nobel Nutrition Prize is awarded to John Martinez of J. Martinez and Company in Atlanta for Luwak coffee, the world's most expensive coffee, which is made from coffee beans ingested and excreted by the luwak, also known as the palm civet, a bobcat-like animal native to Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, John Martinez.
Pre-processed coffee. What a concept.
I think this is one organic, natural food item that should stay off the shelves. Well, you know why the luwak isn't
In keeping
extinct.
with the spirit of the evening, I wrote a little poem. It's called Ode to the Luwak. It goes, Luwak, Luwak, the cry is heard. Is it a plane? Is it a bird? Alas, my friends, it's not like that. my star's first cousin to a polecat. Luwak, Luwak, we ask, what is it? Britannica says it's a palm civet. Genus, Paradoxurus, species, Hermaphrodites. Scientific information to excite us. Luwak, Luwak, where do you dwell? On the isle of Sumatra, where it's hot as hell. Who under the cover of darkest night hunts for ripe coffee cherries, red and bright. Luwak, Luwak, after you've gorged, a new taste sensation now has been forged. For all gathered here, this is the scoop. We're drinking coffee made from your poop.
And we have a surprise for our Nobel laureates. Some freshly brewed cups of Luwak coffee.
Oh, you put a couple steams in the civet cat and wait a day or two. When the beans come out the other side, you'll have a tasty brew.
The coffee that's the cat's meow. Meow, 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 meow,
The laureates are now rinsing and spitting.
Well, after drinking Luwak coffee, I'm not surprised.
To your help. It's as good as you might expect.
I loved it.
There are no laws against this kind of thing.
No, but Newt Gingrich is working on it.
I like to turn the cup over.
Good to the last drip. Did I hear somebody say that?
All right, boys. At this point in the evening, our junior scientists really have gone a little past their bedtime. We're very grateful that you were able to join us this evening. And His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen have asked us to all give you a special round of applause for the junior scientists. Now we're about to present the first Heisenberg Certainty Lecture. These lectures are named after the Heisenberg Uncertainty Principle, which in turn is named after Nobel laureate Werner Heisenberg. Hello. The Heisenberg Uncertainty Principle states that while you can determine either the location or the momentum of a subatomic particle, it's impossible to accurately measure both of them at the same time. Now, here are the rules. Each Heisenberg Certainty Lecturer can speak on a topic of his or her own choosing. Each talk is strictly limited to 30 seconds. The time limit will be enforced by our referee, Mr. John Barrett. Mr. Barrett, do you have any advice for our lecturers?
Just keep it clean, gentlemen.
And now, the first lecture. Will the investigators bar the doors?
Getting a little claustrophobic.
Heisenberg Certainty Lecture number 1 will be given by Nobel laureate Dudley Hirschbach.
The duality of matters strikes many as sinister. It seems that for anything we try to measure, the outcome is subject to unreasonable doubt. Yet that lets us comprehend what atoms are about. There may be no duplicity, but a double lesson here. Certainly, Heisenberg's principle makes it quite clear. If it's human to err and noble to forgive, then all in fun, the humor in error deserves Ig Nobel distinction.
He had too much Luwak to drink, I think.
Now, the Ig Nobel Physics Prize. The 1995 Ig Nobel Physics Prize is presented to D.M.R. Georgette, R. Parker, and A.C. Smith of the Institute of Food Research in Norwich, England, for their rigorous analysis of soggy breakfast cereal. Published in the report entitled, A Study of the Effects of Water Content on the Compaction Behavior of Breakfast Cereal Flakes. Now, the winners were not able to be with us this evening. However, they did send us a message on videotape.
Some crunchy cereal there.
Far away. On behalf of my co-authors, I'd like to thank the editors of the Annals of Improbable Research for this Ig Nobel Prize in Physics. In our study of the compaction of breakfast cereal flakes, we did not eat them tongue-in-cheek or use any other sensory technique. Rather, we set out to relate macroscale mechanical properties to changes at the scale of constituent food polymer molecules. This approach is in fact not unique in food research and provides valuable insights into texture. So what does this mean for the manufacturer and you, the consumer? Well, it's all about the quest for the ultimate breakfast cereal eating experience. And I hope the award of this prize will stimulate further research into this area. Thank you.
Someone's got to do a study of the sogginess of breakfast cereals.
The editors of Focus magazine in England for mercilessly tracking down these poor Ig Nobel Prize winners. And now, Heisenberg Certainty Lecture number 2. Will the ornithologist bar the doors? Heisenberg Certainty Lecture number 2 will be given by Messieurs Click A Clack from Kartok, the Tappet brothers, Tom and Ray Maliazzi.
Stand back, please. We only have 30 seconds.
Where does that Don King look-alike contest to get, huh?
Is it possible for two people who don't know what they're talking about to know less than one person who doesn't know what he's talking about? One person will only go out on a limb so far in his construction of deeply hypothetical structures. On the other hand, two people with two people, the intricacies, the gives and takes, the wherefores and the why-nots can become a veritable pas de deux of breathtaking speculation, interwoven in such a way that apologies or gestures of doubt are rendered unnecessary.
Nobel Economics Prize. The 1995 Ig Nobel Economics Prize is awarded to two people. It's awarded this year jointly to Nick Leeson and his superiors at Barings Bank, and to Robert Citron of Orange County, California, for using the calculus of derivatives to demonstrate that every financial institution has its limits. The winners could not or would not be here. And now our keynote address. This year's keynote address is given by Dr. Robert Lopez. In 1994, he won an Ig Nobel Prize for his series of experiments in which he extracted ear mites from his cat and placed them into his own ear. Dr. Lopez has graciously returned this year to deliver the keynote address. He will speak on the topic, Dare to be Bold. Dr. Lopez.
He seems to have less hair this year than he did last year.
Ticks just love to chew, either on me or on you. When they bite an ear, why there's naught to fear, because they miss your rear. Here's some bugs you can try in your ears. Please try them.
Herein. You are directed to serve copies of this warrant attested by you.
Now don't worry about germs and bugs. If your time ain't come, not even a doctor can kill you.
The Medicine Prize, the Ig Nobel Medicine is given this year to Marcia Bubel, David Shanahoff-Kelsa, and Michael Boyle for their invigorating study entitled The Effects of Unilateral Forced Nostril Breathing on Cognition. The winners could not or would not be here. However, they will be congratulated on tape by, audio tape, I believe, by Nobel laureate Mel Schwartz.
Well, I congratulate you, sir, or madam, as the case may be, on your famous award. I hope that you will treat it seriously.
Heisenberg Certainty Lecture number 3. Will the entomologists bar the doors? Heisenberg Certainty Lecture number 3 will be given by Nobel laureate Richard Roberts.
I have an amazing discovery about certain DNA, cDNA, which is made by copying RNA. Now, RNA contains 4 bases, A, C, G, and U. If C stands for certain, then U must be uncertain. Since base pairing says that C is opposite G, then G must be uncertain too. Thus, in RNA, both G and U are uncertain. With all this uncertainty about RNA, no wonder DNA decided to become the genetic material.
The Literature Prize. The 1995 Ig Nobel Literature Prize is presented to David Bush and James Starling of Madison, Wisconsin, for their deeply penetrating research report, Rectal Foreign Bodies, Case Reports, and a Comprehensive Review of the World's Literature. The citations include reports of, among other things, 7 light bulbs, a knife sharpener, 2 flashlights, a wire spring, a snuff box, an oil can with potato stopper, 11 different forms of fruits, vegetables, and other foodstuffs, a jeweler's saw, a frozen pig's tail, a tin cup, a beer glass, and one patient's remarkable ensemble collection consisting of spectacles, a suitcase key, a tobacco pouch, and a magazine. Now, the winners couldn't be here in person, but we have a videotape.
This can't be real. This has to be made up.
This was on the internet, I saw.
I'm very appreciative to have been chosen as this year's recipient of the award. I have to, of course, thank the people I worked with, Dr. Bush, who encouraged me to give him my series of patients and was very helpful in the literature search. The reason that I'm wearing what I'm wearing is to remind any of you who wish to enter this sometimes dangerous field to make sure you're properly dressed, because the consequences can sometimes be somewhat devastating and a great surprise. Other than that, if you are planning on doing this kind of work, dress appropriately, have a sense of humor, and good luck.
Is he referring to the people that removed
We'd like
the
to thank one of our readers,
or
Frank Wu, for meeting up with the good doctor and persuading him to
How about the ones who
kindly
have
give
to
us a
count and
videotape
catalog them?
And now, the Peace Prize.
Well, where's the thanks to the people that put him in there in the first place?
That's true. The unsung heroes.
The Ig Nobel Peace Prize this year is presented to the
undung
Taiwan
heroes?
National Parliament.
Sorry.
For demonstrating that politicians gain more by punching, kicking, and gouging each other than by waging war against other nations. The winners could not or would not be here. However, they will be congratulated via audio tape by Nobel laureate Phil Sharp.
This is Philip Sharp, Nobel laureate in medicine and physiology in 1993. Congratulations, I guess, on this recognition of years of hard effort.
And now it's time for the Win a Date with a Nobel laureate contest. Lisa, tell us about our laureate.
Nobel stud muffin Dudley Hirschbach is a 1986 Nobel laureate in chemistry. Lanky, dark-eyed Dudley is a former varsity football player. He likes ballroom dancing, Ben Franklin, and writing poetry. Please give a win-a-date welcome to Dudley Hirschbach.
Okay, now let's see which lucky audience member will win a date with this Nobel laureate. When you entered the hall, the ushers handed you an attractive printed program. Pick it up and turn to page 2. One program has a special picture of Albert Einstein combing his hair. If you've won this, you've won a date with a Nobel laureate. Come up and claim your prize.
I never win this thing, Dave.
Neither do I. Wow. She was really happy to see him.
That looked very painful. She was leaving without him, though, actually.
He just pulled him right off stage.
And you wonder whether the ticket is really worth $5.
Can I tell you the in-joke?
The Ig
That's his
Nobel
daughter.
Psychology Prize.
He didn't know she was coming.
That's great. No wonder I never
The
win.
Nobel Psychology Prize is presented to
Could it be rigged?
Shigeru Watanabe, Junko Sakamoto, and Masumi Wakita of Keio University in Japan for their success in training pigeons to discriminate between the paintings of Picasso and those of Monet.
I don't think I could do that.
By the way, this paper contains a footnote which gives special thanks to Richard Herrnstein, who many of you may know as the co-author of the wonderful book, The Bell Curve. The winners could not or would not be here. However, they will be congratulated on audio tape by Nobel laureate David Baltimore.
This is David Baltimore, a 1975 Nobel laureate in physiology or medicine. I'm sure you are very proud of your accomplishments.
Heisenberg Certainty Lecture number 4. Will the invertebrates bar the doors? Heisenberg Certainty Lecture number 4 will be given by the president of Bijan Fragrances, Inc., Sally Yeh.
Your Majesties, Nobel laureates, ladies and gentlemen. Now you can start timing.
Isn't she bossy?
Most people think that Asian women like myself are poor drivers. They think it's in the genes, and that's the general attitude. So, combining attitude and driving, here's my outlook on life. My attitude has always been that I have a healthy disregard for the impossible whenever I'm trying to solve a problem. If 2 wrongs don't make a right, then 3 left turns certainly do. Thank you.
The Ig Nobel Public Health Prize.
I'm afraid of this one.
Prize is given this year to Martha Kold Bakkevig of Sintef Unimed in Trondheim, Norway, and Ruth Nielsen of the Technical University of Denmark for their exhaustive study, Impact of Wet Underwear on Thermoregulatory Responses and Thermal Comfort in the Cold.
That's an important problem.
The winners could not or would not.
Especially with winter coming up soon.
I'm here to tell you.
Be congratulated on audio tape by Nobel laureate Walter Gilbert.
And Wally Gilbert, Nobel Prize winner in chemistry in 1980. I want to congratulate you on your prize-winning work. It's clearly of great benefit to humanity, and I'm sure that you find this reward is richly deserved.
Now, to truly appreciate the significance of this research, we will now have a brief demonstration by Tom and Ray Maliazzi.
Which one is Tom and which one is Ray?
Tom, I think, is the one in the now soaking wet red long john underpants. And Ray was wielding the water pistol.
Someday I'll reconcile with my brother.
Dentistry Prize. The Ig Nobel Dentistry Prize is given this year to Robert H. Beaumont of Shoreview, Minnesota, for his incisive study, Patient Preference for Waxed or Unwaxed Dental Floss. Now, the winner could not be here in person, but he was kind enough to send us an audio tape. Here's Dr. Beaumont. The elusive Dr. Beaumont. Well, he sent us the audio tape, and apparently we sent it back to him. And so we will move on to Heisenberg Certainty Lecture number 5. Heisenberg Certainty Lecture number 5. Will the otorhinolaryngologist please bar the doors? Heisenberg Certainty Lecture number 5 will be given by the chairman of the Harvard Astronomy Department, Robert Kirshner.
Goes here. And the year next you see, night good and you think. Not think I, filling hourglasses, universe expanding, the by determined, is time of arrow the. Work to get commute, don't let operators do how but. Energetic, must talk short, A says mechanics quantum, irreversible language, symmetric is physics. Aloha. Reversal time.
Are we at a poetry slam or what?
I'm sure you're aware those stacks of paper you've all been using to make paper airplanes contain copies of Professor Kirshner's speech. And now, the final Ig Nobel Prize of the night. The Chemistry Prize. Nobel Chemistry Prize for 1995 is presented to Bijan Pakzad of Beverly Hills for creating DNA cologne and DNA perfume, neither of which contain deoxyribonucleic acid, and both of which come in a triple helix bottle. Accepting for Bijan Pakzad is the president of Bijan Fragrances, Sally Ye.
Who would buy DNA cologne?
Smell like chromosomes. Smell cool.
I guess so.
You always hope that you don't smell like E.
Here
coli.
from the winner, we have a special acceptance prize sent to us by one of the discoverers of the structure of DNA, James Watson.
When I got to Cambridge in 1951, Francis Crick left me, and one of the essential tricks of how he did science, he said that if an idea was good, it smelled right. And we got the double helix. It smelled right. What I have to ask now is, would the double helix have received better reception if on the manuscript we sent off to Nature, we had sprayed DNA perfume on it? I don't think so. My own feeling is that if you want to succeed in science, personally don't smell at all. And if you want to sort of stop the careers of your opponents when they're going on the stage or something, just spray a little DNA perfume on.
That is James Watson. This is Sally Ye.
She's been given a box, poorly wrapped up with some bad tape.
It's going to be a regular stained kind of looking.
And the Nobel laureates are passing it quite disdainfully. Oh, now one is listening to it.
It's not ticking, but it's filled with ticks.
Ah. Or it could be the Ig Unabomber. Nah, that's a bad joke.
Well, it really is my honor
Yes.
and pleasure to accept this award on behalf of the world-renowned, most exclusive menswear and fragrance designer, Bijan. Now, Bijan is unable to attend, but he's very excited about this event. Right now, he is filming his new advertising campaign with the famous actress Bo Derek. Together, they should make a perfect 20. Undeniably humbled by the presence of such notable personalities in this room, I have only this to say about DNA. In our mind, DNA not only stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, it also captures the initials of Bijan's 3 children, Daniela, Nicholas, and Alexandra. They're the only ones who don't have to go to department stores to get designer jeans. Actually, when Bijan created these award-winning fragrances, he had in mind for DNA to be interpreted as definitely not average and damn near affordable. So on behalf of designer Bijan and everyone at Bijan Fragrances, I thank you for this award.
Sally Ye was gracious enough to bring samples for the audience, and we are presenting DNA perfume and DNA cologne to each of the Nobel laureates.
They get all the breaks. They got a Nobel Prize and DNA cologne.
Well, I'm going to have to try. I'm gonna have to try this
Professor
someday.
John Marks will present his research on DNA. Professor Marks journeyed here today from New Haven, Connecticut, where he is employed at a local university.
I guess they don't like Yale. I guess there's a rivalry between Harvard and Yale. Something like that.
I don't know, nothing I've ever heard of.
I mean Harvard and a local university.
It is widely held that DNA is a double helix, first described by Watson and Crick in 1953. For all the academic interest and more recently venture capital interest in DNA, however, relatively few people have ever actually desired to smell like it. That situation has happily now been rectified, and everyone's favorite biomolecule finally has a place with a scent-buying public. Thus, Bijan's new cologne for men, DNA. Bijan's DNA is structurally similar to the physiologically most common B form, as you can see in the first slide here, though lacking certain elements of its secondary structure, notably the grooves involved in the regulatory biochemistry of the genes. Its most striking feature, however, is more readily visible when viewed end-on. Next, please. Or end-on with a bit of help. Next, please. Namely, Bijan's DNA is composed of 3 intertwined strands, a triple helix. This is not the first time such a model has been proposed. Shortly before Watson and Crick's classic Nature paper in 1953, Pauling and Corey proposed a 3-stranded structure for DNA, which bears a strong likeness to Bijan's DNA. Next, please. Like Mendel's own experiments, the 3-stranded DNA model may have finally earned a place in the pantheon of ideas before their time. Having flopped among scientists, it is a hit with perfumers. Finally, I want to report some preliminary investigations of the curious markings which accompany the DNA. Next, please. I have been able to match 2 of these runes to an ancient Proto-Hebrew script, cognates of the letters M and O. The closest match I can find for the central figure, however, next slide please, is an even earlier cuneiform image from Mesopotamia, which apparently meant fish. Fish, oddly enough, is a popular acronym for fluorescent in situ hybridization. Next slide. A technique for identifying specific genetic regions on the chromosomes. This association naturally raises the question of whether the ancients possessed the secrets of molecular biology, which we are now only rediscovering. There are independent grounds for thinking they knew of recombinant DNA technology. Next, please. Is it possible that Bijan's DNA is the key to unlocking the molecular wisdom of the ancient world? Refer to the Annals of Improbable Research for our further investigations. Thank you.
We're privileged now to witness the world premiere of a new ballet. It's choreographed and directed by Nicola Hawkins and performed by the Nicola Hawkins Dancers and the Nobel laureates. The title is The Interpretive Dance of the Nucleotides, a pas de DNA. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to present Symmetra and Deborah Henson Conant.
I'm diddly diddle left diddle-ay, I'm diddle-dee diddle left diddle-ay, I'm diddle-dee diddle left diddle-ay, oxyribonucleic, I'm diddle-dee diddle left diddle-ay, if I'm stuck to the sake, I'm diddle-dee diddle left diddle-ay, I'm diddle-dee diddle-ay, diddle-ay, I'm diddle-dee diddle left diddle-ay, I'm diddle-dee diddle-ay. All right. I'm diddle-dee diddle left diddle-ay, I'm diddle-dee diddle left diddle-ay, I'm diddle-dee diddle left diddle-ay. There's an acid known as There's an acid known as deoxyribonucleic, known around the world from Vladivostok to Passaic. What made quite a lot of biochemistry archaic? It's the acid known as deoxyribonucleic. Diddle-dee, diddle-and diddle-ay, diddle-dee, diddle-and diddle-ay. Cytosine plus a lot of adenine. Hail the acid known as deoxyribonucleic, known in every language from Chinese to Aramaic. You could call it DNA, but that is so prosaic. We prefer to call it deoxyribonucleic. We prefer to call it deoxyribonucleic.
Symmetra for president.
Symmetra and Deborah Henson Conant.
That was a mouthful.
Well, all right, that was
was a
it, the
mouthful.
telomere that capped the ceremony. And now, Lois Malone will give the traditional Ig Nobel goodbye, goodbye speech.
I'm telling you, this woman deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Academy.
Just for making it across the stage, actually.
You're right.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
She just launched right into that. That was something.
Scintillating.
No hesitation. She meant that.
Would the Major Domo please switch off the King's television? Would the Major Domo please attempt to obtain the score of the baseball game?
Oh, I hope the Red Sox are winning.
Mr. Major Domo, what is the score?
We'll have to wait till tomorrow's paper.
All right. On behalf of the Harvard Computer Society, and on behalf of Tangents, the Harvard Radcliffe Mathematical Bulletin, and on behalf of the Annals of Improbable Research, thank you for helping us to honor these worthy individuals. Now, don't forget to pick up the list of winners from the ushers as they hustle you out of the building. If you have email, you can obtain a complete winners list tomorrow by sending to our automatic information address, which is info, I-N-F-O, at improb.com. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us have an appreciative round of applause for the 1995 Ig Nobel Prize winners. One final thought. If you didn't win an Ig Nobel Prize tonight, and especially if you did, we wish you better luck next year. Thank you. Good night.